Hello and happy Monday. Hope everyone's doing really well. Today I want to talk about how you can speed up your learning process from whatever you're doing. I guess maybe it's more for tech. So, this weekend I got to go to a hacking conference. It was really cool. And the reason that I was able to go to the hacking conference is because through Twitter, I happened to find out that some people were giving away free tickets. So go back to the videos where I said getting involved with your community. If you are involved with Twitter, you have opportunities where you get free tickets and stuff like that to events that you normally wouldn't go to because it costs money. So I went to Hacking Conference and I got one of these cool challenge coins actually from this place called Green Hat Solutions. They had like a Wi-Fi shootout, and so just to kind of explain how this ties into the video, I never hacked before. I had tried installing Kali Linux on VirtualBox on my machine several times, failed many times, almost bricked my computer twice, and really just always struggled trying to crack WPA, like getting Wi-Fi passwords. Never got to the WEP one, but I now have the tools to do it. So how does this all tie in? So I tried doing that on my own for a long time, and it was really hard, and it was like almost impossible for me to do it. And the way that I was able to do it is because I went to this conference and I sat down, and some people at the conference were really helpful, and I'm so thankful because they just sat down and they showed me how to do things. And so when they showed me it, I didn't just say, oh, okay, that's cool, all right, great, and just memorize steps. I asked them why that worked, and I asked them, how they learned that stuff. I got tips on resources. I learned why things are the way that they are, not just memorizing rote facts that aren't going to help me later on in the future. And I actually learned how to do it. So I successfully cracked a couple of, I cracked WPA. I was the only one I was able to crack, but for me that was a big thing. I didn't even have Kali Linux on my computer, and I went in and you needed this tool to do it, and it's been a nightmare for me to try and get on this computer, and it was a nightmare at the conference for me to do, but everyone helped me do it. So how can you speed up the learning process? I'd recommend going to places and getting involved with your community. Going to places, meeting people, networking with them, not to get a job, not to get something from someone, but to learn something, to develop skills, to make connections that are going to help you, and you should help other people. So after I learned how to crack WPA, I wasn't really great at it, but I tried to help other people who were doing it too. And some things I said were helpful to people. And then the next day I sat in on a talk on honeypotting, and which is a tactic to get hackers to come in to your box and have them do stuff, and then you track everything they do. Well, I am very familiar with Vim. So I sat down and I helped some people doing some stuff in Vim, some simple Vim editing. And I'm sure that it probably would have taken 15 minutes to go look it up, not a big deal. But to sit there with someone else, it makes it easier. So here's one really good tip for speeding up your learning process. Go to events, get in touch with people, network with people, and get hands-on training in what you're trying to do. Try and find ways to do it. And if you follow all the other videos that I have videos on how to get involved with your community through social media, how to get involved with your community and your regular where you live through organizations. But this one in particular, I really think it's beneficial to go to conferences like hacking conferences. It's going to be something I'm going to go to more often now. I went to the developer conference and I had a really fun time here in Augusta, but now I think that this is really kind of like made me realize, wow, hey, some of the stuff that I'm trying to do is so niche. It's so specific to this thing I'm trying to do. I should go to places where people are interested in it, and I should make an effort. So this was a 5-hour drive. It was a 5-hour drive. I know that's not possible for everyone, but if it is possible, why aren't you doing it? And if it's not possible, why aren't you trying to create that? So there's never an excuse. There's lots of, you can always make excuses. There's always an excuse, but there never really is an excuse, because if you dig deep enough, you can find ways to become resourceful enough to figure out how to do it. Like, to me, I'm like, wow, all these awesome people are around here that probably would love to have a conference like this in Augusta. Well, next year I should probably get them to come to the developer conference, or maybe organize small events where I can get people who are interested in this in Augusta to come here. So that's my piece of advice for today, is if you want to speed up your learning process, I recommend going to conferences, getting hands-on training, and working with people. I had a really fun time this weekend. It was CACLACKYCon in, I think think it was in Chapel Hill, but it was like a Raleigh, North Carolina conference. So it was really fun, and I hope that people who are scared of going to hackathons or scared of going to conferences see this and they're like, hey, here's a guy who literally knew nothing. I walked in and it was so embarrassing. I literally knew absolutely nothing when I went in, and everyone was super helpful, super warm, just very, very helpful, and really made it easy, made me feel comfortable. So definitely, don't be scared of those things. Go after them, go get them, and go try and do them. All right. Hope everyone has a wonderful Monday.